Hi, I am Dr. Charlita Jones, and I am here to continue and talk about the five top things that I know about life. And so I'm going to write a book about that one day. And I just want to start off doing these videos, and maybe you have a topic that you would like to hear my perspective about it. I can share my wisdom. I think that I have lived life pretty long and have experienced life in different environments, communities, as a woman, as a married woman, as a single woman, as a mom that is an empty nester, a mom that's a grandmother, dealing with friendships, both for women and men, and just dealing with life. So I feel that I have a lot to share, and so I quickly want to talk about the five top things that you need to know about life when you have a stroke at 24. So, and I just want to quickly talk about really gear that or take that in dealing with trauma. So, as you can see, I am a tax preparer and a tax expert. I have an MBA, but also have over 20 years of tax experience. And so part of what I do during the seasons of January all the way to June or July, and it can go all the way up to October, is prepare taxes. I love it. I just love dealing with numbers and the strategy of figuring out compliance. I love all of that. Just things that you should know in order to have a better life based on how the IRS wants you to have that life. And so, but anyway, I get to connect with so many people by doing consultation with this particular company, along with my own private clients that I have. And but I connect with so many people working for this company year round and countrywide. So I connected with this young man, and he had this raspy voice over the phone, and I'm going like, "Oh, I love your voice." I'm going like, "You must do you sing? You got that raspy voice like you do some country." And then he went to say he was 24, and he said, "No, I just had a stroke." 24. Mm. And he said, "I have a tube down my throat." And he said, "They just removed one, but I still have that tube." And he said, "Right now I'm bedridden. I'm doing getting up now, start to do a little physical therapy." And I thought it was kind of ironic because one thing I'm doing in the tax system when I work for this particular company, I get to see the driver's license. We have to see it to verify. And so the picture on the driver's license did not sound like the voice that I was hearing, and so it just threw me off. So that's why I asked the question. And so he began to be very transparent with me, and it really touched my heart. But I also shared with him because we made a connection. At the age of 19, I too experienced a major trauma. He has been in a hospital since 8 August, and he's recovering. At the age of 19, I was in the hospital recovering. I was a young parent, a young woman pregnant with my twin girls in the 80s. I was a military child because of my dad at the time, and I had to be care flighted from DFW to San Antonio Lackland Base. Can you imagine? I was bedridden for 3 months. Well, bedridden 2 months carrying the children to twins, and then I was stuck in a hospital for another month because my girls were premature. So I was able to relate to him and encourage him that trauma, life after trauma, you can have hope. And so he was very encouraging. He had a lot to say. It was very beautiful. And just to hear this young man really just taking what has happened to his life not for granted. And so I felt like I needed to come on and just share because I have experienced what this young man experienced. His was a stroke. Mine was a difficult and a very high risk pregnancy. And so I could have lost my life and my twins' life. But one thing I told him about the journey, whatever that's in store for you again, you're going to be able to deal with it in your responses. You're going to be able to deal with it in having a better attitude and more faith when you experience whatever next will come from his life being so young. So I just want to share with you the top five things that you need to know that you must do after having a stroke at 24 or your young age. And so the number one thing you need to do, and that's based on him with his conversation and me agreeing with him, is it will get better. So if you listening to this video, you have to know that whatever trauma you have experienced in your younger years right now, if you are a younger generation, or even if you old and you just have experienced major trauma, it will get better. That's all I can tell you. It's a process. It's going to be day to day, but it will get better. Two, after it gets better and you know that it's going to get better, because one thing that he said you got to know that it's going to get better. I loved him when he said that. He said you got to know that it's going to get better, because your mind and your body is going to be moved by what you think and what you feel. And so he says I know it's going to get better. So he believes that. Uh so one you need to know that it's going to get better. That's one. It is going to get better. Okay? It's just one day at a time. So take one day at a time. It is going to get better. Okay? Then next, let me go. I don't want to write this down. I'm writing it in the wrong place. Okay. One. Two, you got to have faith that it's going to get better. You got to believe that. So you can hear it, but faith without the works is going to be dead. So with you knowing that it's going to get better, is going to get better, you got to have faith, because faith without works is dead. Okay? So you got to know it's going to get better. Three, it's so important that you do have a good community. When you have experienced trauma after a particular age, and especially in your younger age, like this young gentleman did at 24 and me at 19, you have to know and be around a supportive community. I would not have been able to get through that period in my life. He's not able to get through a period of his life. He has his family, he has friends. He's thankful for the doctors and the nurses that have been working with him. He said that he can't wait to get back to his hobbies, because I talked to him and I asked him, well, what is your hobbies? What do you miss the most? And so he can't wait to get back to driving his favorite car. He loves his Mustang because he works on it and he invested a lot of money in it. So he's just embracing his community. So you got to embrace your community, embrace the loved ones that are around you. And if you don't physically have that, then do what I like doing, is have an imaginary community of people that you love, that's social media face, or maybe that television face, or maybe some type of tele-evangelism face in the church world. So find you some a team, whether it's physical or that imagination of team that you will have, that's going to be part of your community. Okay, so embrace your community. The next thing that I loved about him, besides knowing it's going to get better, having faith, embracing your community, being able to uh, do better. He regrets that he was living a fast life at a young age. For me, I wasn't really living a fast life. I was still quite sheltered, but my situation was a little bit different because it was medically out of my control, being pregnant and then high termination pregnant. Only thing I can say for me, I probably shouldn't have got pregnant out of wedlock. My first husband and I, we was not married, and so the twins were our first. We did end up getting married though, after the twins were born. So my twins were born healthy and nice. So just do better. Yeah, he said when he get done, he's gonna do better. He's gonna embrace life and live it like never before. And I pray that he keeps that. He said I won't smoke. He was a smoker. He was a drinker. He was working 60 to 70 hours a week. And he said that now that he can't walk and have not been able to walk, and he's going through his physical therapy, and he's able to do that now, he's going to appreciate walking. And so he said, you will be shocked how you will miss walking, and you will miss doing the things that just bring some little hope to you when you can't do those things no more. So do better after you have that trauma and things start looking up for you, okay? And then the last thing, trauma after you have experienced it at 24 or whatever age, know that you're not alone. You do have a higher power. For me, my higher power is Jesus Christ as my Lord and my Savior that I love dearly and I love so much. I love Jesus. I love being a Christian. I'm glad I got saved at an early age. He spoke as if he had that faith also based on him agreeing with some of the terminology that I was speaking out of my mouth. So you got to have a higher power, a higher entity, something that you believe in, and that should be Jesus Christ as the Messiah, as the only one that has all power, all knowing, and everything in his hand because of the God, the Father of this universe, the God that is of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You got to have faith. You got to have a higher power that you know is working and controlling your life and your destiny. And so I just want to come and just to encourage you very quickly again that what do you do for the top 5 things in my perspective that you need to know about life after having stroke at the age of 24 or any type of major trauma in such an early age. And you may be experiencing that now, but maybe these 5 top things that I have shared with you will help you in some kind of way today. I am Dr. Charlita Jones. I am the owner of Beautiful Wigs and Etc. I have a wig boutique that is located in DeSoto, Texas. I also am a Mary Kay Beauty consultant of over 20 years. And then I'm also a tax and a finance advisor that I just want to help you to be able to, one, not pay taxes to the government and how to do better in that. Two, show you how to have a victorious life financially by living low budget and eliminating high overhead to help you get ahead in life. So if that interests you, you can always hit me up on Facebook or you can Google me. And I'm very sure there's information out there for you to be able to find Dr. Charlita Jones. Thank you, and you have a great, great, terrific day on this 24th day of January 2024. Thank you. Goodbye.